Hello.
That one hurt.
Shouldn't do that loud.
No. How are you guys? The microphone is hitting my nipple, and it's getting a little titillating for this episode right at the start, huh?
Titillating it is.
Indeed.
Indeed.
I don't know if these are shooken up, but we got
Cheers,
more Yingling
buddy.
to the house. We have a supplier now. I love him. He's my one of my old DMs. When he comes up here, he brings me Yingling, and then when I go down there to see him, I'm gonna get Yingling too.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Always the Yangling.
Some drug runs.
Yes.
Me and my boys
Yes.
doing some drug runs.
All the drugs.
I love how my beer run is literally an hour drive.
Oh, I gotta get some beer. All right. Yeah.
See you guys in 2 to 3 hours. Reminds me of being back home in Kansas, man. Because you literally had to drive like 45 minutes to the good liquor store.
Jeez. No,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. For me, when I started drinking in my mom's house, there's the gas station.
When you
on
were
the corner.
22, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was right at the. I mean, even when I was drinking age, yeah, like it was
right
on the
around the
corner,
corner,
and
yeah.
they had a fucking huge selection. Like I didn't have to go too far.
Yeah. The spot I go to in Auburn Hills, it was funny because I was drunk when we went there. And like I was getting like weird, like not really PTSD because it wasn't trauma, but I was getting like that weird, like, I've been here. And like I realized like a couple weeks ago, I was like, oh fuck, this is the liquor store I used to go to in college. Like we'd literally walk out of the dorms and like stretch a little bit and then be like, all right, it's a half mile that way. And we'd just jog to the liquor store. We'd come back with our beer and shit.
Oh my god!
Like purely underage. Everybody knew, but they just see some fucking 19-year-old kids just, or
Fuck it.
18-year-old kids just fucking cases of beer. Like,
I bought them for my papa.
I bought them for my dad.
I bought them for papa.
God, that's weird. I never got ID'd back then.
Fuck it.
I get ID'd now. I trim my beard, which by the way, I'm sorry. I trim my beard and I get ID'd again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks.
You can't see the old in my eyes.
I that's one thing I do miss about once I had the
Beard.
bigger beard.
Yeah. I
didn't
do
get
like yours
ID'd as
scruffy.
much,
And honestly, with the beard trimmed down, I like it so much better.
but I can't do the beard. Not
Yeah.
yet. Maybe it's just
I'm thinking of doing it just for the winters.
I might do it next winter.
But I swallowed weird.
Oh god.
Oh.
No, I mean, I guess for me, like my childhood memory of like trying to like venture to get something, I remember like on my own, I would just try to like, I would always go to like Leeson's. It's
I don't think I know Leeson's.
you wouldn't. It's it was a like ice cream place, like a home ice cream place. They had glaciers or blizzards. And I didn't know about Dairy Queen until
I knew about Dairy Queen.
I knew Leeson's because they had glaciers, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Dairy Queen does the same thing as Leeson's," and I was like, "Oh, I see what happened."
Yeah.
But no, this place has been there for fucking ever, I guess. But like, I used to like go on my bike to go there, and then they also had a whole food menu,
Yeah.
like old diner, and I would specifically get the foot-long chili cheese dog,
Dude.
and I just go there
Is
by
it just
myself.
like the Dairy Queen chili cheese dog?
I'm not sure.
Long ass one with like the beans on it though.
No, it was just that. See, I know, like for me on my like hot dog chili,
Yeah, most people don't like beans.
no beans.
But where I grew up, it was literally like chili.
See, even in my chili, I like beans, but only a little bit. I don't like a
Yeah.
lot of beans.
It's also hot dog chili and chili
Yeah.
is different, which
Yeah.
I learned when I moved up here.
Yeah.
I did not like Coney's when I first moved here
Yeah,
because I was used to like you actually put like chili on a chili dog,
Yeah,
and then up here it's like it's meat, which I like now. But
yeah.
it took me a while to separate the two and be like, all right, it's a coney dog. It's not
Yeah.
a chili dog. It's a coney dog.
Yeah.
And people still get mad at me about that because I'll make
I
a
mean,
chili
to me,
dog
it makes
and
sense. It's just, it's a chili. It's just, it has the ingredients without beans, really.
Yeah, but it
essentially.
confused people because
Yeah.
I was making chili dogs, and they're like, "This is not a fucking chili dog," and I'm like, "This is chili
got
on
chili
a hot dog."
on a fucking hot dog.
Yeah,
It's still a chili dog.
Yeah.
It does, the chili changes.
yeah,
The CC, the chili changes.
yeah. To me, it's the coney dog is actually more of like a loose burger on a hot dog.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, but I appreciate it. I still like them. Every
Yeah.
time I come back to Michigan, I always got to stop and get one.
See, that was like, I mean, that was like the beginning stages of me just like eventually becoming fat like I was.
Yeah,
It was just like going by myself, and I would be standing in line there waiting for like two of them, and it's just me,
yep.
and no one else is
That-
there, and
that
I'm
was-
just like, yeah,
That was me with Sonic.
yeah, give me that fat fucking dogs.
That was me with
It's-
Sonic, man. I
I'm
would
like, bro,
I would go into the drive up lane.
yeah,
And I would just stand there and I'd hit the button. There's a spot you can go up front if you're walking, but nah. I wanted to be in the fucking parking spot. And I'd hit the button and I would do the same thing. 2 chili dogs, footlongs. I'd get the cheesy tater tots, and then I would get the chillers, which were like slushies with ice cream in them.
I'd usually always just get the two chili cheese dogs eventually, and then I got a glacier large, of course. I'd eat that like for sure, like on the way home, because a lot of the time too, I'd like either rollerblade up there or just like ride my bike.
Yeah.
And
I
I
didn't
just-
have a bike.
Yeah,
I walked. Such a long walk.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I rollerblade everywhere,
was a
but
poor boy.
rollerblading at that place, they kind of let you come in at that
Yeah.
time, just because they were like, all right, it's whatever, it's a bunch of kids, they're gonna buy some stuff, and then you know,
We used to take the riding lawnmower because it wasn't illegal to drive if you were a child. So we would literally drive it up to Dairy Queen.
that's funny as
Yeah.
fuck. I'd love to do that.
Dude, it was dope. My grandpa took out all the regulators and like souped it up to where it could actually go like 40 miles per hour.
Yeah.
So you'd be like neck and neck with cars, but you'd be like,
And they're like, this kid's 8, and you're like, "Ah, hold on.
oh, it was smooth, like, but it had like one of the old school big wheels.
Yeah.
So you'd be sitting way back here and you'd be like turning the wheel to turn and then turning it back.
Oh,
But no one
Yeah.
questioned anything because you know it's
fuck
Kansas,
it. They're
man.
like, yeah, it's Kansas.
Yeah, they're like, kids probably going to get some ice cream. And they were right. I was.
Yeah, it was. No, for us, like, we just, but that place was in the neighborhood, technically. Like, it was the corner, it was at 13 and Hoover.
Yeah, this is when you lived at what, 12 in
13
Hoover? Like roughly?
Basically,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I lived in
off
between
of-
10 and 11, so.
off of 13, but so it was like between, like, Hoover and, Van Dyke in Chicago, actually. Because, you know,
Yeah. Damn, you lived in Chicago, bro?
oh my god. Yeah. Oh. No, I went to but we could get there without having to go through major roads.
Yes.
So our parents were fine with it because it was
Yeah.
like whatever, you're just going through the neighborhood, and I mean that that was the time when
When you could just go.
yeah, your parents were like, go play with your friends, and you went outside.
Did I ever tell the story of when I went camping for 4 days and came home and my dad was like, I thought you were in your room, man. How'd you get outside? I'm like, dude, I've been gone since Thursday. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I went camping. I was gone from Thursday to Monday.
Dude, no, man, I guess like when was the first time I went camping? It would have had to have been for me for fifth grade camp.
Never got to do that. I was in Oklahoma. We didn't have that.
Yeah, I think it was relatively new for us. Like
Yeah, I
we were
wanna say so.
I think we were like maybe the third year that had done it at our
Yeah.
school, something like that.
I was bummed because I guess in 8th grade you can be like a camp counselor, but you had to have gone to camp.
Oh.
And like I signed up to be a camp counselor because I was like, wow, that sounds really cool. Like I never got to do the camping thing with you guys. Like I'll be a counselor and like I get the experience, but also I'm the counselor and I can like mentor younger children and shit. And then they were like, yeah, no, you would have had to have gone to the camp. And I was like,
Boo.
but I didn't live here. And they're like, well, you can't do it. I
Oh.
was like, awesome.
See, yeah, for me, like,
Because you needed to know the area and shit. I'm like, what fifth grader is going to remember the campsite?
yeah. What?
You know?
Like, yeah, they don't, yeah.
Like-
I can kind of remember the layout, but, like, I just, like, if I had something like that, for me, obviously, they didn't have, like, a difference in the school or whatever. It was, I was in a different, for my grades, for middle school, but my, the biggest memory I have is just being, like, I didn't get enough food at the breakfast thing, so I just started eating spoonfuls of syrup. And I got sick as shit.
I can believe that.
I didn't throw up anywhere, but we had to do a lot of activities outside, and I was running around just being like, diabetes.
I can believe that, dude.
Diabetes.
My brother got heat stroke once. That shit was hilarious. We came back from the park and he's like at the edge of the driveway, like we're literally home. And he goes, I don't feel good. And we're like, what are you talking about? Then he just goes, like the weakest vomit ever. And we're like, oh, dude. And then he's like, oh, I really don't feel good. And then it's like exorcism, like projectiling. And we're like, oh, no. And my mom's in the kitchen window, like,
No. Andrew,
dad
get the
got
hose.
home.
Get the hose. Just clean them off from outside. Just.
my dad came home like not even 5 minutes later. It was like, what the hell is in the driveway? And George was like, oh. Yeah, turns out that park, right around the time we moved, turned into a spot for like hard drug deals.
Oh.
And we lived on base. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yep. What up? Fort Sill, Oklahoma.
I just remember, like, God, I don't think I've ever actually. I'm trying to remember the last time I threw up, like, outside, like, as a kid, you know? Like, I don't.
Oh.
That it wasn't, like, alcohol related.
Yeah, as a child. I don't know.
Because, like.
Onions for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was in a truck, but technically outside.
'Cause
I did open the door.
I don't think I ever, like. Oh, well, I guess for me, it would have been high school, because then I've told you this before.
Maybe.
I was driving to work.
Oh yeah, yep.
Or driving to school in the morning or something. One of the two. And I had I got a Pepsi to drink. Set it down. Pulling out of the driveway, looking out the window, I reach down and grab the wrong Pepsi. I take a sip, and there's a nice bulb of, like, molded Pepsi on the top. And it went right in my mouth, and it went all right on my door. As I stopped, I was able to hold it for, like,
a second. if that.
Luckily, I hadn't left my street. So I just basically slammed my brakes, opened the door, just threw it right out and threw up. That was just, ugh.
Dude.
But, like, other than that, like, I used to have a problem where just my allergies were so bad and I'd have so much drainage that I'd wake up in the morning.
Where I thought you were going to get close with your sneeze attacks. Where I was like, he's going to fucking vomit. Like, just because you're sneezing so damn much, dude.
Well, I would just wake up in the morning and then, like, I would throw up in the morning because I'd have so much mucus. It'd just be like one or two, like, small heaves, and I'd be like, I'm ready to start my day.
Dude, my migraines used to be that bad. I'll still get like one or two a year that are that bad, where I'm like, my vertigo and nausea is real bad.
Yeah,
I literally have to like sit there with something cold on my eye. But I used to get them like once a week, and it was like the worst, man. I had one where my sister, I was sick, and everybody knew I was, and I was like, hey, please keep the bathroom open. I'm like, I know that I'm going to puke. Please keep the bathroom open. And my sister decided it would be a good time to take a shower. And it was literally right after I said, like, I told my girlfriend, I was like, can you please go tell everybody, like, I'm going to throw up. Like, please keep the bathroom open. Because I couldn't do a trash can. It was like every time projectile, it was bad.
Yeah.
I needed the toilet.
Yeah.
And she didn't know that if you touch my stomach when I'm nauseous, I will throw up. Like, immediately.
And she was like, okay, Dad.
Now you know. So I'm sitting there, like, dying, and she's, like, waiting on her ride home because the migraine came out of nowhere, and she, like, rubbed my stomach, and I was like, no. And, like, lunged over her, like, went through my front or my bedroom door, turned, the bathroom door is right there, and I went to open it, and it was locked, and I was like, like, just puked all over the door. My dad came out of his room, and I just, like, slumped down to the ground. I was like, no. And he's like, is this how bad your migraines are? Because he'd never seen them. And my mom's like, he threw up everywhere, didn't he? And my dad's like, what is wrong with him?
Why have we not taken him to a doctor?
I was seeing a neurologist, man.
Oh.
Yeah, like everything. Gotten MRIs, CAT scans, all sorts of shit. My neurologist thought that the reason I got migraines was because I was gay and didn't want to admit it. Yeah, legit.
Wow.
It was during my emo phase, so I had black fingernails and wore eyeliner and shit. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was shitty
What a
neurologist.
douche.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the last time I projectile vomited would have been
Probably as a child, right?
middle school.
Yeah.
I think I might have said it a couple up a while ago on the podcast, but when I ate, I went to a friend's house and we were watching whatever, just some movie, whatever, and then like her mom made us and her little brother fish sticks.
Fish sticks.
Yeah, and like so we're just sitting there, we're eating, and I'd never had them, so I was like, oh cool,
Dude,
whatever.
I fucking love them.
I mean they're pretty good. I like tartar sauce, so I was like, okay. So ate them, whatever, hung out, went home. And then I go to bed. I end up waking up just like feeling violently ill. And as I'm making it to the bathroom, like I open the door. And you see my mom's bathroom, right? This is the no
I
the other one.
I haven't actually been in the house. I've been in the kitchen, in the dining room,
Gotcha.
in the basement. That's like it.
Yeah. Okay, so in the one bathroom, it's like it's one of those like you walk in the door. There's the two sinks in the along the wall in front of you. Toilet to the far right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit of a way, like about
Similar to yours, but different angle.
Kinda.
Okay. All I need to know is the toilet's in the distance.
Yes, it's about a 6 foot distance, and
I
then
could
along
reach.
the wall, it's along basically along the wall is the two sinks, and then the toilet facing this way.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I try to make it to the toilet, I basically take a nice one lunge step into the bathroom, and I start projectile vomiting. It hits the mirror, and then like as you know, just it does the arc of like hits the mirror into the sink. I throw up in the sink a second because that's part of the end of that trail is me in the sink, and then I go to like try to make it to the toilet, and then there's kind of another arc that makes it through there. And then I'm like, oh God. And my mom comes to check on me and she's like, what's wrong, honey? And I just remember her going, she doesn't finish the what's wrong, honey. She finishes the what's wrong. Oh, you're cleaning that up, and just goes to bed. And I'm just like, I love you, Mom.
The fun thing is my parents always cleaned it up until I was older.
I mean, I was in seventh grade.
The door. Because the thing with my migraines, like once I threw up, it was good.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I had to do was throw up, and then I was good. But, like, I threw up and laid on the ground a little bit. Then, like, this was when I started cleaning up after myself because I was like, my sister's still showering. I don't know how she would have reacted to that. Just like, boom, boom, blah. Like, but I wound up cleaning all that up and then like put all the clothes in the laundry, started the washer, came upstairs and my girlfriend's still sitting there like,
What happened?
what, you're okay now? And I was like, yeah, is your ride still coming? We can hang out and watch that movie.
I feel better now.
My mom's like, yeah, he just needs to throw up, but he can't just like throw up to stop it. It's just gotta come. Like it has to happen. It was fun. I get those occasionally still. I think I had a mini one here. I didn't throw up, but I like died. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. I think you were at Melissa's. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
It was always fun.
Yeah. I always hated it too because I think for me one of my worst things about I always had a thing with vomiting. I hated vomiting. This is not good topic.
It's about 20 minutes of just puke stories.
This episode is sick.
That's the title. Yo, this episode's sick, bro.
But no, I ended up like, the way when I was a kid before we moved to Sterling Heights where we're at, where we moved to, I was like the bathroom toilet, like my mom's bedroom was attached to the main bathroom. It had one of those sliding doors.
Okay.
And then the main door that opened it was on the other end of the bathroom.
Yeah, my grandparents had something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the toilet was right next to their door. So, like, it was one of those, like, every time you had to go to the bathroom, other than going to the whole other end of the house, kind of like this.
Yeah.
You had to...
Yeah.
My mom would wake up, and I remember... I guess this one's a better one instead of vomiting. I just remember, like, it was probably the longest piss I ever had in my life.
Your mom opened the door?
No. It was so funny. She was just like, obviously I woke her up, and I'm just pissing for so long, and she was just like, Jesus Christ, are you almost done? Like, and then it was funny because all you could hear was like the on and off of my piss stream because I couldn't stop laughing. And then she started laughing. Yeah. Because she could tell, like, I'm just dying in there.
Dude, I had one of those recently. I was peeing for so long. No one said anything, but I knew they noticed because I was in the bathroom and I was like, God damn, man. Like, I said it out loud. Like,
dude.
It was so fucking long, man.
It's one of those things, like, how... I guess, like, I don't really think about how long it is that you're standing there peeing.
But when you realize, you're like, fuck.
I've never actually sit there and think about, like, what is the time frame of, like, when do you start to notice, like, oh, like, I'm still...
Yeah.
Am I going to keep... How long is this going to go? I don't feel like I'm close to done.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
How much pee is in here?
Yeah.
And I know that your bladder can hold a liter. Yeah. So I'll like start calculating it and be like, I'm pretty sure that's more than a fucking liter right now.
No way.
Like,
or like the worst is like when you're at a fucking like sporting event.
Oh yeah.
Like at a
like
Wings
a few
game.
beers in, and you're just sitting there like there's 100 people behind you. And you're like,
well, for me, to me, like it's always a little bit. I've gotten better at it, but like it was always a little harder to piss at one of those games because you're just surrounded by everyone trying to pee.
Yeah.
And I always had a problem with like trying to go right away.
So
then like I had one of those kind of pisses at one of those games after it took me a while to pee. So I just stood there and like two different dudes pissed next to me in the time I was there. And I was just like, I feel like a bitch.
Yep. I've had that before. You ever do the power stream? when you're like, I have stuff to do. Like, it's just monstrous.
And then you're like, I can't push that much harder any longer. And then you gotta stop. Yourself. And then it's just like, and then it just sounds like, oh, it's just like baby pee.
The first stream sounds like chicken frying. This is gonna be real fun after the transition.
Yeah.
Should we fill them in on what we're gonna do?
We can't film all the way through right now, so we're filming this first half. The second half is going to be in a couple hours, so
Yeah.
we have no idea.
No idea where this is gonna go.
This will be fun.
Yeah, and I'm gonna clean my room and have a few drinks.
I'm going to change
Yeah.
and go do some stuff and then come back.
Yeah.
But we got some time.
Yeah, we got some time. I just wanted to fill anybody in that made it to this point. Because I don't know if anybody's going to make it to this point.
We'll see. Yeah, it's not been good conversation.
This is
Maybe it is good conversation if you're into vomit.
Oh, I can tell a shit story that I don't think I've even told you.
Go for it.
It's a bad one. So, I used to have bowel problems as a child, right? Like real bad. Real bad. It's partially why I'm comfortable with poop. Like, telling stories of me shitting myself, but it used to be very bad. And I was on this medicine that, like, I don't really know what it was for, but it made me shit. Like, bad.
Yeah.
And one day, I almost didn't make it to the toilet. And I shit everywhere. Like, I shit as I was hovering over the toilet. And some of it got on the wall. And the shit was so bad that when I wiped it off the wall with no cleaning supplies, nothing yet, I just wiped to get it away, the paint was gone.
It's the best.
Yeah.
I'm like...
That medicine also made me projectile vomit all over our stove.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
See, I've never had that bad.
It was bad, dude.
Boy.
I had like megacolon at one point, which is an actual thing. You should look it up.
That's fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of shit in me. Yeah.
You were full of shit.
I literally. Yeah, like almost lethally full of shit.
Time
And one
for
time
trend.
one time some doctors shoved like 2 liters of normal saline up my butthole as an enema, and that was a bad poop. Because as soon as it was like emptied out, you have to book it to the toilet. Yeah. It's fun. I can tell more of those stories if anybody wants to know. But that's probably all you're ever going to get on the podcast. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Transition time?
Transition.
Hello.
So, unfortunately...
Yeah, we had things to do.
Yeah, so we're back,
Yeah.
like we told you.
A couple hours later.
Yep.
A couple drinks later for me. No drinks later for you. I was bored trying to clean my room. I was like, I'm going to have a couple beers. And then, yeah, I got distracted by Netflix.
That's what happens.
I watched a Ben Stiller movie from forever ago that had really bad CGI. Yeah.
Is it Mystery Men?
Mystery Men, yeah. It wasn't bad.
I like that
It wasn't
movie.
horrible. It was okay.
Yeah.
But it's only available on Netflix in the US until April 30th. If we had an ad to drop right here, I would say, check out Shark VPN so you can get access to, but we don't. So, yeah. Yet.
Other news, obviously, this was pretty late for
Yeah, it is pretty late
you
that we're
guys,
recording
but
right
for
now,
us,
too.
it's not.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, DMX passed.
Yeah. I'm very bummed about that. While you were away doing your things.
Yeah.
I was getting a little ticked off at some people on social media right now. Because DMX was the first like musical artist that I've ever experienced that like, oh shit, this musician passed away, and I never understood that. And I talked about it on an older podcast, where I like didn't get how you guys were getting so upset about musicians passing.
Yeah.
DMX was mine, and people are talking shit, and I was a little upset. I get it; he's had bad things go on,
Yeah.
but my
You
dude's
know.
a light, man. Like somebody, I won't say names. Multiple people were like, "Well, did you listen to the lyrics in this song? Did you listen to any of his other songs, man? Like his gospel stuff? Dude's great. Shitty, but great.
Yeah.
He's like somebody who overcame some things and became a light for people." Is that a Pellegrino?
Yeah.
So how was your couple hours away?
It was good. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
We just,
I'm just
did
throwing
things.
some subtle hints out there to people in the audience that are paying attention closely.
Wasn't successful.
I'm sorry, buddy.
No, it's fine.
Okay, good.
So, more on
He
that
got
later.
AIDS.
Surprise.
No, but yeah, more on that later.
Have AIDS. Yes, you have AIDS. Not
Have you
HIV,
seen,
but you have full-blown AIDS. Yes, full-blown AIDS.
Team
It's
America?
Family Guy.
Oh, I was doing Team America.
Also that. Oh.
Everyone has AIDS.
no,
AIDS.
I need it. Yeah, I need it.
You gotta watch that.
I need to watch that movie again.
It's fucking.
I've seen it in little parts.
My mom rented it for me.
Oh, it's. I need
She
to
didn't know
get
what
it.
it was about.
I got my mom to let me see Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
My parents actually bought me the first season of South Park without knowing what South Park was.
I think we talked about this like
probably.
2 weeks ago or something like that. So,
I can never tell what we talked about on the podcast and what we've talked about like just in person.
Well, I know. I mean, I don't remember if we talked about this, but I talked about we were joking around about something in the group chats and
chats plural.
I don't remember which one. And we were talking about mayo.
Oh, that was the stock chat. Yeah, that was the stock chat.
So there's an episode in like the early. I think
I want to say it's like
2.
season 2 or 3. Yeah,
it's like season 2. It's early.
Yeah.
And Korn are the guest stars of this episode, and while I'm talking about it, I'm gonna look up the episode name so I can tell you guys. But in this episode, like Korn's van breaks down and they have the mystery van. It's Scooby-Doo themed.
Yeah.
But Korn are the gang.
Yeah, they're the gang. I remember the episode a little bit. The mayo joke that he's talking about.
Yeah, so
that's the premise of what we were talking about in the group chat.
Yeah.
You can elaborate. This was your joke. I don't remember what we were talking about beforehand.
It was called Korn's Groovy Pirate Ghost Mystery.
Yes. Yeah.
In October 27th, 1999.
Yeah. Oh my God, that show's been on for a long ass time.
Yeah. Oh, it's the 10th episode of this show.
That's season.
I think. Hold on. Season 3, episode 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So
there's no way it's season 1.
Anyways, it basically there's this guy apparently having sex with dead bodies, or they talk about that in the show.
Yeah.
And they have a town hall in which these scientists show them pictures. They're like, just so you know what to look for. This is what it looks like to have sex with a dead person. And they hold up this sign, and everyone's like, oh! And they're like, just in case you don't see it and you can hear it, this is what it sounds like. And the dude just pulls out a jar of mayo, just fucking spin twists the lid off real quick, and just starts fisting a jar of mayo. And it's the funniest fucking thing. I was,
dude, the things they think of.
I
I watched the making of South Park. I don't remember what it was called, but you remember how there was like 1 week to make an episode?
Yeah.
The shit they come up with in that writing room, like, it reminds me so much of me and you just sitting down here, like, just fucking cracking jokes at each other.
Yeah.
Like, because it'll be one person will make a joke, and then, like, it'll miss or it'll hit. And if it hits, like, there somehow becomes an entire episode around that one fucking joke.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure when they wrote that episode, it was just somebody was like, did you guys ever realize that if you, like, fist a jar of mayo, it sounds like you're fucking something?
Yeah.
And then the whole episode came out about that. I feel like that.
I would love to sit down with Trey and Matt and be like, how did you guys come up with the idea for that one?
They're fucking phenomenal. Yeah. Bill Hader's a writer on staff too. Like,
yeah.
Was.
I love South Park. I need to listen or watch a lot more of it. I have missed out a lot. I mean, the episode of the World of Warcraft episode for me, because I was a fucking nerd and I played World of Warcraft for quite a few years. Like, I played it the last 2 months before the very first expansion came out, before Burning Crusade.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. I was level 30 when the expansion happened.
Okay. What was the max level then? Like
60.
50? Okay, 60, yeah.
So my brothers were all 60. I was 30 because I'm too ADD to sit down and play a game that long. I just couldn't do it. At the time, I mean, maybe I could now. Oh, no, I couldn't now.
See,
But
I'm the opposite. I'll lose myself in a game. Like, I'll get to level 60, like, for example, in RuneScape, I, like, got to a really high level mining. All I did was sit there and fucking mine.
see, that's all right. Like, I don't know. I never leveled out or max leveled, but I remember like, yeah, I just could never play the game that long. But that World of Warcraft episode was fucking hilarious because
was
I did
spot
play
on.
World of
It was
Warcraft. You
spot
could
on.
see stuff that
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like here and there, obviously they
Yeah.
had to do with what they could, but like having been a player at the time that it came out, I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
that's the fucking best,
Dude, and the fact that they actually got to, like, do it in World of Warcraft,
Oh yeah,
like, that was fucking crazy.
yeah,
Like, other shows will be like, they're doing, like, World of Warcraft or, like, D&D or something, but you can tell that it's, like, shitty 3D animation that they did, or, like, it's not really D&D, it's, like, dice and wendigos, like,
yeah,
something dumb like that.
yeah. No,
But the fact that they actually got, like, World of Warcraft and, like, actually did it end game was,
yeah,
that was good.
oh yeah, no,
I'm curious if they had their own server, or if they were just,
Sorry.
like, online, like, just recording.
Oh,
it.
that's what I was thinking while you were talking. I was like, they had to have given them their own private
Yeah.
server. They just talked to World of Warcraft like, hey, we're gonna make an episode making fun of all your fans, and they're like, got it.
Yeah.
Here's your own server.
And making fun of you.
Yep. And
Yeah.
then they're like, here's that, and they probably gave them employees that worked there to be
Yeah.
the NPCs.
Yeah. But, dude, that was a good episode. And the Imagination Land episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, you could talk about South Park for hours.
Yeah.
There's bigger, longer, and uncut as a movie.
Dude, as a musical.
It
Like, I know
shaped
you
me.
don't like musicals. but,
Yes,
dude,
you don't
as a
even
musical-
realize it's a musical because
Yeah.
it's South Park.
Yeah.
But like, that movie shaped my childhood.
Dude.
It shaped my humor because I laughed like I remember crying and just being like, "What is this humor that I am into?" In the scene when Kenny, spoiler alert,
For a very old movie.
for a movie, yeah,
a movie that's
where-
older than some of your children.
yeah,
Actually, a movie that's younger than some of your children.
but when Kenny's when he gets crushed under the salt truck after everything,
Yeah, yeah.
and then he's like talking to the doctor, and he's like, we have good news and bad news. He's like, we have I can't remember what he said the good news was. He's like, but the bad news is we accidentally replaced your heart with a baked potato and you have 10 seconds to live. What?
Yeah.
Just fucking blow.
Dude, see, mine was my sense of humor was formed by basketball, which is also Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Yeah. I never actually ended up getting to watch it.
Oh,
I had a friend whose parents owned that movie and they wouldn't let us watch it. I was
so
like, you
good.
fucking
That
suck.
and Team America was like my
Yes.
humor. So like same people, similar humor, but like completely different spectrums.
Yeah.
Like South Park I loved and enjoyed, but like basketball is my shit. Team America is like it's my brain on ADHD. Like
Yeah.
it was also kind of a musical.
Yeah.
But there was one song where it was like he was really sad because he like ended things with some girl, and he was like visiting the Vietnam Memorial and like the World War II Memorial and all this shit, and it was like a crazy like sad scene, but the music playing in the background was it was basically like a somber "I Miss You" song. But
Yeah.
the title of the song was "I Miss You Almost as Much as Pearl Harbor the movie sucked." Like, it's just them talking shit about Pearl Harbor the movie, and I'm like, this is great, dude. Like, there's another scene where he's like, he doesn't want to act anymore because like his family got killed in some like freak acting accident, and
Yeah.
every time he remembers it, like he'll stare off into space, and then in the background it's just like sheep and gorillas, and his family like screaming his name, and they're like, "Run, you gotta run!" And then it's just ooh, 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 ooh. And I'm like, what happened to his family, and why is this making me laugh hysterically? Like,
I
dude, they're the
I
best,
just
man.
well, I love that also that like George Clooney, like he plays a dog.
Yeah, just a dog.
He only plays the dog,
Yeah,
Sparky.
yeah, that's it.
And then like oh god, the Kick the Baby.
Yeah, Kick the Baby was good. Oh,
Dude,
dude.
Kick the Baby. That was
Oh,
if you don't watch South Park, people, please go watch some episodes.
it's crisp.
It's worth
It's
it.
clean. It's
The
the best.
episode where Cartman feeds Steven. Oh, what the fuck was his name?
He feeds him
He
the
feeds
chili.
him his parents and his
Oh my
chili. Yeah.
God, yeah.
He's like, "Do you like that? How's the tears?" And he starts
Let
licking
me
his face
taste
like,
the tears.
I love your tears." That is the most fucked up show.
Dude, the
Oh.
shit they get away with.
The fuck, the goddamn cripple fight. When they make Jimmy
my
and
God,
Jimmy
yeah.
fight each other to the choreography of some 1980s action movie that they were both fans of. I'm like, cripple fight.
My parents didn't know what they had bought me for Christmas, and then like I'm sitting there watching in my room. My dad walks in, and it's the anal probe episode where he's just got the fucking giant satellite dish in his
Coming
ass.
out of his asshole.
And
Yeah.
my dad walks in and he's like, "Hey, what's that South Park thing?" And then he goes, and just the satellite comes out. My dad's like, "What is this?" And I was like, "I don't know. You guys bought it for me." Like, I had never watched it before then, man.
I'm trying to remember how I first saw it. I must have just accidentally came across it.
Probably. That's how most people did. But
Yeah.
I know my parents bought me it for Christmas, thinking that it was some simple cartoon. And yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah. No, God.
Yeah.
I miss just like watching that show as a kid.
Dude.
Especially because it really was just like, obviously now like a lot of the stuff I've heard like jokes somewhere in those humor, but like when they did it, it always just you're
hit.
like, what the fuck?
It hit every single time. We were supposed to talk about DMX in the second half, and now we're just talking about Trey Parker and Matt
I was
Stone.
literally about to say that. I was like, I'm back and now back to unfortunately DMX passed away. No, I mean for you like. Yeah, I guess you had to end that. Go to DMX.
Yeah, I mean that was my childhood, man.
Yeah.
My ringtone, my dad's ringtone was Rough Riders anthem. Getting through the military, like drill sergeant was like, "I need you to think of the most motivating thing you can think of," and mine was DMX. Like I actually like in the middle of PT when like we were all dying at the beginning, like. He screamed that out. He's like, "Think of the most motivating person you can think of and become them." And I'm sitting there like doing the fucking workouts, and I'm like, like barking like DMX, and I'm like, "Rough Riders," and like just screaming it out. And like, I did it like just because I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going in," and like, he didn't care. He thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
He's like, "Fucking DMX right now," and
That's
like
awesome.
other people started like getting into it. And we're sitting there doing push-ups, just like barking at each other, and like didn't get in trouble, nothing, you know.
That's cool.
And it was like I said, growing up, man. That was like our barbecues, our cookouts, like road trips. DMX was always on the playlist. So, yeah, I finally have a musician that passed that hurt, and people are talking shit saying that he wasn't a light, and I'm like, "Oh, I like you."
I mean, that's
I
what
like you
happens to
guys.
everyone that dies. They're always like,
Yeah.
"Oh, but he did this
But,
and this,"
you know,
and we're like, "We get it." People,
I'm pretty sure he killed somebody. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did too. No,
There's
I'm
a
just
lot.
kidding. I didn't.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's so many people who've accidentally killed people. Vince Neil ran a guy over with his car, and everyone forgets that. That's probably why
Ferris
he's fat.
Bueller. Ferris fucking Bueller.
Oh yeah, he did that thing.
Yeah, he murdered like a whole family and hit it. And people are like, "I love Ferris Bueller." The fucking dude murdered a whole family and hit it.
Fuck it.
Right before Godzilla, the shitty one.
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick, yeah. He murdered a whole family in a car accident and covered it up.
Well, you know what? They're not more important than Ferris Bueller.
It's true.
So fuck
That's
them.
true. You know who's not more important than DMX? Prince Philip. Thank you for pausing there, Brandon, for the dramatic effect.
Well, I think well there needed to be some dead air over how
Yeah.
a dead guy.
Yeah.
He's just he just,
The fucking necromancy of the royal
he's
family.
just like ah. He looked like a yeah,
Dude, he's the only celebrity that made me believe in that weird like
conspiracy stuff.
adrenochrome thing where they're like taking blood from young children and using it for the fountain of youth.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
see it.
he's
He's
the
fucking
only
crazy.
celebrity I saw where I was like, yo, he might be doing that.
Yeah, there's something off about that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I was really sad about DMX passing.
Yeah, I for me, like, I always remember, like, you know, being 100% honest, I don't listen to a lot. I don't really listen to a lot of hip hop or
That's the same
R&B
thing.
or
I
rap.
didn't listen to a lot of the
Yeah.
stuff that you did.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't get your musicians passing.
But
you
like
know?
DMX, I did, like, you know, of course, like I'd hear
Yeah.
like, you know, X from Give It to You, you know, Rough Riders,
Yeah.
all that stuff, and so I was like, you know, when it'd come on, I'd be like, oh, this is actually good. But I'd never put it on, and it was never around me too much.
You should listen to Lord Give Me a Sign.
Yeah.
That one. Oof. I played that the other day on the way to the gym. Like, I just put his music on. It was the day he passed. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking listen to some X. And, like, that one came on, and I was like, fuck. I'm about to go do leg day, and I'm sad now. But,
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, like, just all the other cool shit I've seen him do, though.
Yeah.
Like for me, like, I was seeing, like, comics I follow, like, posting, like Ryan Sickler, the honeydew, the shorts or the sweatpants I was wearing in the first half of this video.
Oh, yeah, you changed.
Yeah,
I should have
changed.
changed, too.
He posted a video that DMX came to they did a
Dude,
goddamn comedy jam where all the comics they have somewhat a lot of his like there's a band and they just perform as a vocalist or some shit and act like musicians because most comedians want to be musicians and most musicians
I
want to
really
be
want to be a
comedians.
musician. I feel like I'm more a comedian side. So, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I'm trying to swap
You're
too.
a musician, you're trying to go comedian.
Yeah.
Which, look out, baby. I got studio time in 2 days.
But,
By studio, I mean studio.
we're, no, but he like showed up there and I guess he performed with them for the show and then, he ended up, like he joined them and was like, yo, like I want to do the, like, there's a tradition that all the comics sing this like anthem for doing it for the after party.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, I want to join you in that. And like, they didn't ask him. He was like, I know about it. I want in.
Yeah.
And he was just like
cool as
super.
hell.
Yeah. I'm just like, that's
Like-
so cool. Just seeing all the cool stories about him. And
People constantly talk about Snoop Dogg, which that will be another one that will probably hit me
Oh.
hard. But people talk about Snoop Dogg's doing all the side quests and how he's become so wholesome. DMX did the same thing.
he was trying.
Yeah. Like, there's I had a sergeant actually who posted on Facebook today or yesterday, I can't remember, but he was like, yeah, I didn't want to post about this because he was such a down-to-earth guy, but I met him. And he posted a photo of him and DMX, and he's like, I was just at a random bar, and DMX was there, and we just had drinks and chilled the entire night.
Yeah.
And I've heard so many stories from people posting that, like, yeah, he might have sold drugs and maybe murdered somebody, but, you know, like, dude was from the streets, was in gangs.
What do you
know,
expect?
like,
You know, that's the thing.
you know.
It's kind of like, you know, what do you?
and it's less. It's less.
He had a hard
being-
life, man.
Yeah, it's less being a bad person and like being a person in a bad environment.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
No,
there's
that's a lot of 90% of that shit.
Yeah, there's certain things you can't forgive, but if somebody can grow and improve themselves and other people around them,
Yeah.
like, that's
Yeah.
incredible, you know. And so many
Redemption.
musicians that you have liked that have passed away kind of did the same shit,
Yeah.
you know, like weren't the best people until they were well off and then started actually helping other people not do what they did.
Yeah. No, I
Which
mean,
is
that's, you know, but it sucks because it was really unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swallowed wrong again.
Swallow right.
It hurt. I like had that like I swallowed, but I swallowed the air before the liquid, so it was
Oh,
like air bubble.
oh, it's the worst. And you're
Yeah.
like, ah,
But my brother actually texted me about DMX, and like he's been on his hiatus and shit. He was like, "Hey, did you hear about DMX?" And I was like,
yeah,
"No." And he's like, "Yo, he's like sick in the hospital." And then when I finally got around to Google it, that's when DMX passed, and I was like,
oh, yeah,
"Wonderful."
yeah.
Yeah.
It. I was like, I heard out of nowhere that he was in the vegetatives, and I was like, oh, that's always that's it.
always the end. Yeah.
Like it's almost it never is the other way out.
But
It's
he
rare.
had if I remember correctly, he had a stroke before too.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised.
Yeah.
But
yeah, this is an interesting episode.
yeah,
We started
it's
the
all
first
over.
half with like puke and shit, and now we're talking about South Park and DMX. This is a good episode.
It's
This is,
interesting. It's
this
all
is
over.
An episode that's going to get 69 plus views.
Nice. That's also South Park. The
Yeah.
69 nice joke. That's literally like people that don't watch South Park know that is a South Park joke.
Yeah, just that nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, I was doing that yesterday.
Yeah.
I forgot that I knew like a little bit of sleight of hand, and we were playing this card game where there's 1 through 100 numbers, and like I won't explain the whole game, but you have to put down the lowest number first, and like you have cards and I have cards, and we play together. So like we only win if we go in order. And I was sitting there shuffling the deck, and I saw that 69 was on top, and I was like, "Haha, is this your card?" And she's like, "Yeah, no, that's a good card." And then I started shuffling the deck, and like I was moving it around, and I like put it on the bottom. I was like, "Is this your card?" And she's like, "How did you?" And I kept doing it, and then I flipped the middle open and was like, "Is this your card?" And just put it back in, and was like, I haven't done sleight of hand in like 6 fucking years, and all I know how to do is move a card around. I'm like, it's perfect because it's 69.
yeah. Nice.
I'm gonna have to get better at that though.
Dude. Food Network episode.
All I can think of is fish sticks because of your story earlier. You said fish sticks, and I went to South Park
Kanye
earlier.
and fish sticks.
Yeah.
No, the
He
cream
legitimately got
fraiche.
mad. Oh yeah, the cream fraiche.
Cream fraiche.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god.
I'm so mad that they beat me to jokes constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Fucking Cartman trying to get rid of all the hippies that are coming into town for the festival. He's like, "Goddamn hippies!
They smell bad.
They smell so bad.
All they want is change.
They show up and they smell
bad.
What does he goes? They smell like aspartame or something like that.
They smell like aspartame.
And just like bullshit.
Dude, I love it.
Oh
The
god.
episode when he became a feminist was funny too.
Oh yeah.
Because you couldn't tell if he was like serious or not. Oh.
The ginger convention.
Oh,
when he convinces the gingers to try and take over the world.
Fuck.
Oh man.
Dude.
That episode is ridiculously hilarious. And they're like, "You're not a ginger? Get him."
Dude, that's our goal now. I know our goal was to like
fake being ginger and get all the gingers to
no.
take over the world.
That's our real goal. But our first goal.
You heard it here first. If you're a ginger, we're gonna have a convention at the Best Western on 15 and Van Dyke in like
3.5 years.
3.5 years.
Yeah,
Take over the world.
We said it here. We're gonna have to make a mental note and add it to our calendars. 3.5 years from whenever this episode drops.
Yeah.
Also, I added a theme to my phone. Do you like it?
Nice.
It's lasers. Yeah. That's my text tone. Just pew.
Pew pew.
Yeah. But no, our actual goal. We got to be a voice on South Park, man.
Oh my god! If it's not somehow canceled by then,
dude, they've been trying.
I know
they have been.
I think South Park. I think Comedy Central will literally.
Comedy Central will go bankrupt if South Park's gone.
Comedy Central will end while South Park is still active, and that will be the end of South Park.
I can see that. Yeah, there'll be one more season on another network, like fucking TBS.
Finish it off.
Yeah.
Whichever one will actually let them do.
Yeah, whatever the fuck they want. 2027. End of South Park. I'm calling it. Trey Parker, Matt Stone, you get to retire in 2027. I got you. I'm looking out for you. Unless you want to keep going, then, shoot me an email and I'll extend it.
But, yeah.
Is that the end?
I think that's.
Yeah. Do you like fish sticks? That's our question for this episode.
Do you like fish sticks?
Yeah, because we didn't ask questions. Do you like fish sticks?
Yeah, we didn't get to questions.
Yeah. We had a good episode, though, man.
It was interesting.
I
It was all
enjoyed it.
over.
I
Yeah,
enjoyed it. Yeah, it was fun.
But with that, thank you guys for watching. We didn't, especially last week.
Yeah, especially last week.
Thanks for coming back. It's
we love you. We appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe. Send us messages. Hopefully you got the vaccine. Hopefully we can see you in person. Hopefully we can have more guests. Hopefully you still love us.
bye, guys.
Bye.